Outrage over what's coming to Red Rock. Clark County has given the green light for hundreds of high-end homes to be built.
Yeah, the group Save Red Rock says it's putting the natural beauty of the area on the line, but the developer says it's their land and within their rights.
This area has protections for a reason. We love Red Rock Canyon.
Mr. Rhodes has a right to his property.
She's talking about Jim Rhodes, developer of Rhodes Ranch. He owns a plot of land off State Route 159 and Blue Diamond Hill. The spokesperson for Gypsum Resources says he should be allowed to build 429 homes on more than 600 acres by Red Rock.
Mr. Rhodes has a right to develop his property, and this project has been mirrored in 22 years of lawsuits. Gypsum is not waiving and intends to hold the county responsible.
A spokesperson, Leah Mayo de Riso, read a statement. The company will hold Clark County financially responsible if anyone gets in their way with delays. The county actually approved the project back in August 2021 with a golf course, but the Water District put a halt to the greens, and Gypsum Resources retooled the plan.
2021, there was nobody here from Save Red Rock. Nobody opposed the item, and you approved it.
You got millions of people come to this county to see Red Rock. You think they come to see destruction and new roads and extra construction up there?
Protesters believe a plan of that size will create traffic along 159, clutter the landscape, and should be subject to more scrutiny under the 2010 Red Rock Settlement Agreement and County Code. County attorneys clarified the agreement states a major development is 700 acres. The project is 671.
Our folks in our community will be going home and going to work, so I see them just using the little bit of that 159 to get to Blue Diamond.
Love Red Rock Canyon, and we believe that those protections should be enforced.
Clark County says that Gypsum Resources must stop mining during all construction and has to be finished building within 4 years.